Hi, I am Priest Therrien, working with Monte Ministries to bring you more of the truth that is overlooked in the Bible. And today I would like to talk about astrology. Now this is a very important topic to cover because our founder, Joseph Monte, has referenced astrological signs in the heavens in previous discussions. But there are a few things that we feel are necessary to clear up. Now this is already a very touchy subject, as throughout history it seems like the churches have gone to great lengths to ban this practice. One major figure I can think of off the top of my head is Galileo Galilei. He had to be extremely careful about his astrological teachings due to the fear of being excommunicated. But does God actually forbid looking to the stars for guidance? Well, in Genesis chapter 1 verse 14 we read, "And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs." So if God had made these celestial bodies for signs, why was the practice frowned upon in such a heavy manner, where people would fear the church finding out about their research? In Deuteronomy chapter 18 verses 10 through 12, the scripture warns us that whoever practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft or casts spells, anyone who's a medium or a spiritist or consults the dead, anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord. Left unchecked, astrology can actually turn into a divination art, and there are those who fall into worshiping the practice of astrology rather than worshiping God the Father. When it gets to the point where we are taking guidance from silly things like the horoscopes we find in most magazines and such, that's when we know we've gone too far. That's when we've fallen out of the path the Father has created for us, and we start placing a greater emphasis on worshiping the signs in the heavens rather than simply using the stars as a reference point. If you look back through many cultures in history, you'll notice a lot of them would worship the stars and planets, and even reference them as gods. Mars is a huge example of this, as it's been attributed as the god of war throughout history. Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn were also on the long list of celestial bodies that were worshipped by the ancients, and in some cultures, many of these are still worshipped today. It is a step too far and it becomes astrology. And you should know that the worship of heavenly bodies was largely practiced in ancient Babylon. We know it is a commandment of God, "Thou shalt take no other gods before me." So for those that practice astrology, if it comes to the point where we are letting false idols guide us, and we fall short of giving Father all praise and glory, then we've forsaken God and His Holy Scripture. Instead, simply use the stars as references and worship God, thanking Him for gifting us such wondrous sights in His heavenly creation. Remember these words, be safe, and love God and each other.